So back to the laws of God here. All right. Since that environment is trying to be ganglier and spread, there's certain things that we can't necessarily have. Which would be like tons of dairy. You don't need 12 mucous membranes. You know what I'm saying? You make a box of mac and cheese or something like that. That's I don't know how many servings of mucous membrane or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 12 eggs. That you don't need that stuff. All right. Your body does not want to carry the gang and spread the gang. All right, because it's going to be so hot, and then it has to be removed. Okay, and then it's going to stick. All right, and if I do not actually remove that stuff properly, then that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So this is all just designed to actually um, still be protecting it and then letting it breathe, and then that stuff will not stick, and then a bunch of heat and shock and trauma and problems like scurvy, and stuff like that. I'm that military doctor. Okay, I am the military doctor of like all of existence, and I need people to not be, a giant plague in a fucking disease upon existence that tries to get around. All right, because that is hot. Okay, then that is tampering. Okay, and then all the way in fucking India, you're saying some guy's 155 years old in the sun. He has a big ass red dot on his head in the sun, and your clock and everything saying the guy's 155 years old, and he is not. Okay, he's like growing like magical plants in India and shit. And we're tracing that. We're tracing these people. We're carbon dating people to be identified and survive existence. All the way back from the legacy of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is who we are recognized by. All right. So this process that goes on with carbon dating and carbon methods and carbon footprints and stuff like that, you have to be identified eventually by something. You have to be identified by me. You have to be accepted by your peers and things like that, and you also need to be able to be found. And the stuff that goes on, like with me and women and females and stuff like that, it's against the laws of God if it's not cooperating with me. All right, I physically have to have intercourse and check the mate. All right, if you are keeping me from the females and keeping me from having intercourse with females, then the mate will not be checked, and people are going to go to jail for carrying something ganglier on their body, for using their body for malicious purposes and not for what it is for. And it's called living